In the sand village, Gaara manages to protect the village from Deidara's bomb, using his air sand protective wall, though it costs him a large amount of chakra. Suddenly, Deidara explodes his small bird near Gaara's defensive shell of sand, but Gaara is unharmed because of the sand enclosing him. Gaara notices the emergence of small clay ants from within his shell. Deidara activates the clay bomb ants, and blows up the shell of protective sand around Gaara. The sand from Gaara's defensive shell begins to pour down, as his shield disintegrates. When the Kazekage becomes vulnerable due to the loss of the sand protection, the sand shinobi try to attack Deidara, still riding his clay bird, but are unsuccessful in their efforts. Frustrated at how long this is taking, Sasori tells Deidara to hurry up. Conscious of his partner's frustration, Deidara sends a massive bomb towards the village. Already weak, with his last bit of power, Gaara manages to move the sand to protect the village. Gaara is at his limit as he falls from the sky, and Deidara manages to catch an unconscious Gaara with his clay bird, and flies outside of the village. Kankuro chases down the Akatsuki member in an effort to rescue his brother, while Baki orders a sand shinobi to send word to Konoha. The shinobi sends his message via a carrier bird for the sand. Back in Konoha, Shikamaru wakes up early to escort Temari to the village's gate, so she can begin her journey back to the sand. Kakashi, who spent the whole night rereading Icha Icha, quickly goes down to meet with Naruto and Sakura, who are to be assigned their first mission as Team Kakashi. After encountering the two, Kakashi notices the sand courier, flying above the sky. As Kankuro manages to catch up to the two Akatsuki members, Sasori tells Deidara to go ahead with Gaara, while he fights Kankuro. Kankuro attempts to attack a fleeing Deidara, using his 3 puppets. However, Sasori seems very familiar with Kankuro's techniques, destroying 2 puppets without breaking a sweat, allowing Deidara to escape. In Konoha, the decoder delivers word about the message from the sand. Now with the new information, Tsunade assigns Team Kakashi's mission to assist the sand, in any way they can. Meanwhile, Kankuro tries to attack Sasori to no avail. It turns out that the creator of all 3 puppets is none other than Sasori of the Red Sand himself. Sasori shoots his tail at Kankuro, and injects the poison in him. Kankuro soon collapses due to the poison, spreading throughout his entire body as he blacks out. Baki has the sand shinobi detonate all the explosive tags found in the rubble of the trap Sasori made. Shortly after, a fellow shinobi alerts Baki that Kankuro has been found. Despite not having any serious physical injuries, Kankuro is dying from the poison Sasori injected him with, a toxin unfamiliar to Sand's medical ninja. Kankuro tells Baki that the one who attacked him was none other than the Sand's very own Sasori of the Red Sand. Baki decides to go visit the honored siblings at the edge of the village, and request their help in finding the Akatsuki. One of the honored siblings, Lady Chiyo, tells Baki that she and her brother have been retired for many years now, and have had no connection to the outside world, although she muses that venturing out into the world would mean getting to see her grandson once more. Baki then tells her that her grandson, Sasori, is a member of the Akatsuki, who have taken Gaara, and thus by extension Shikaku, into their possession. Meanwhile, Naruto, Sakura and Kakashi are heading to the sand village, only for Naruto to break formation, and rush ahead. On the way, they spot Temari, who is walking back to the sand. Briefing Temari on the situation, she joins them on the trip back to the sand. Naruto continues to rush ahead, and when Sakura attempts to stop him, he tells her that he cannot waste any time. He tells Sakura a secret he suspects she may already know, that he harbors the spirit of the nine-tailed demon fox inside of him, a revelation that stuns Temari. He tells them that he and Gaara are the same, as they both have beasts sealed within them, and that they both grew up in a very lonely, isolated environment. Naruto states that while he managed to forge bonds with others and emerge out of the darkness, Gaara never did, and thus continued to suffer. Both he and Gaara were detested and feared by the villagers for being monsters, and Naruto adds that the Akatsuki simply view them as the very monsters they have sealed within them. Naruto also reveals that the Akatsuki are after him as well, and tells the group that this time, he won't let Gaara suffer. Temari silently thanks Naruto for his actions, while Sakura reveals that she knows about Itachi. She tells Naruto that during her 2 years of training with Tsunade, she often read reports and therefore, is aware that Itachi is a member of the Akatsuki, and that Itachi is the very person who Sasuke wants to kill. Sakura theorizes that Sasuke only went to Orochimaru to quench his thirst for power, while also revealing that she is aware that Orochimaru only wants Sasuke for a vessel, and that Orochimaru has 6 months left before he needs a new body. Deidara and Sasori arrive at the Akatsuki hideout. The Akatsuki leader gathers the other members using an astral projection technique, and they begin a 3-day-long technique to extract the one-tailed Shikaku from Gaara and seal it in a giant statue. The leader orders Zetsu to use his physical body to guard the entrance to the hideout, while they begin extracting Shikaku. In the sand village, Chiyo and Ebizo come out of retirement and return to the village, in order for Chiyo to assess Kankuro's wounds. Despite attempting a few antidotes, she is unable to cure Kankuro of his ailment, and admits that the only person who may be able to heal him is the slug princess, Tsunade of Konoha. Baki tells her that Tsunade is now Hokage of Konoha, and that she cannot drop everything and come to the sand village, adding that even if she did, Konoha is 3 days away while Kankuro has only a day to live. Despite this, he tells Chiyo that they have sent word to Konoha, asking for their help. Chiyo is disgusted, claiming that the sand is not a prosperous nation due to their reliance and dependence on neighboring lands like Konoha, and states that if the sand taught and prepared their shinobi properly, there would be no need to ask another village for their help. She finds the mere idea pathetic, and leaves the room to go rest outside. Meanwhile, Naruto, Kakashi, Temari and Sakura are on the way to the sand, but get delayed by a sandstorm. Once the storm subsides, they rush to the village, where the four are briefed by the sand shinobi regarding Kankuro's status. As they reach the hospital, Sakura and Temari rush into Kankuro's side, while Chiyo gasps as she spots Kakashi, whom she believes is the infamous White Fang of Konoha. Rushing at Kakashi, she tells him to defend himself or prepare for death. Chiyo's assault on Kakashi is blocked by Naruto, who summons 2 shadow clones to aid him. Chiyo manages to get rid of one, and blocks the attacks of the other shadow clone and Naruto himself. She gets ready to attack once more, but she is stopped by Ebizo, her brother, who reminds her that the White Fang of Konoha had died years ago. Chiyo laughs it off, and leaves the room with the others at Sakura's insistence, who is getting ready to heal Kankuro. Outside, Naruto asks Kakashi who the White Fang of Konoha is, and Kakashi replies that it was his father, to the shock of both Chiyo and Ebizo, the latter realizing the reason behind their physical similarities. Inside the room, Sakura manages to use her delicate illness extraction technique to extract most of the poison from Kankuro's body, saving his life. She manages to use whatever medicinal herbs that the sand has in stock to create 3 antidotes. Sakura's medicinal work prompts Chiyo to tell Sakura that she reminds her of Tsunade, and Sakura states that Tsunade is her teacher. Takamaru returns to Suna with a message from Tsunade, and Baki passes the message to Kakashi. Kakashi tells Naruto that Team Guy has been sent as backup, and Naruto is excited to see Lee and Neji, the latter of whom has become a jonin. Naruto decides to head off to find the Akatsuki right away, but is put in place by Kakashi, who adds that Naruto does not even know where they are. After Baki tells Kakashi that they have lost track of the Akatsuki, Kakashi asks Baki to bring him to where Kankuro was found, in order to track their scent. Kankuro, who has regained consciousness, notifies Kakashi that he managed to obtain a shred of Sasori's clothing that he could use to track him. Kakashi summons his ninja hounds, and Naruto is elated to reunite with Pakun. Kakashi cuts their reunion short, and sends his hounds towards Sasori's scent. Naruto is ecstatic to follow them, but Baki offers them a night's rest due to their long journey, and Kakashi accepts the offer. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Have a great day.